Okay, welcome back, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing some of this side quests.
For the next fight.
Okay, then that killer right up here. I thought I killed the right. I think I'm off the jib, bro. It seems like the small animals, they don't stay put for very long, so if you don't get them quick, you're gonna end up losing them. And of course, if you want to upgrade most of your stuff, you know, you're gonna need those components that you get from the smaller animals. Hopefully I don't scare it off.
What, me?
Ah, crap. Ah, yeah, but I probably, even though I got it, I don't think I got it to land. Yeah. Quite a few items that time, my bad. And I got it. Oh, well. What is this?
I'll make an interesting color for my armor.
Oh, okay, so color for the armor now. So there are 4 items here. Yeah, the water mechanics surprisingly feels very good. So I'm gonna head back over here so I could save just in case. I don't want to lose any progress like I did yesterday, so let's go ahead and do that right now.
I'll shake it as I go.
Dang it, another bird loss.
Stuff for the stash.
Okay, let's see what we can upgrade. No, I don't need a stash. Ooh, before we do that.
Maybe I said enough.
Because I did kind of use quite a few arrows. Okay, it was stuck there with the... There we go. Yeah, my pouches are always, I'm gonna give priority because they allow me to have more stuff. So I'll always do that first and then the rest of the items. Okay, so this one. Okay, so that's just the splash damage. This one. Of course, my normal bow and arrow. Okay, it's a stagger and knock down power. Okay, so it does extra damage to things that are close by. Let's go ahead and finish our bow and arrow. Running low on metal shards. Okay, we're gonna hold off on that. So this time the armors actually give you some skills too. How about? Okay. Silent strike. Oh, this one actually has low health regeneration. Interesting. So definitely when I go into battle with a strong opponent, definitely want to upgrade this one. I just don't have enough metal to go ahead and do it now, but I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on doing that. Those two armors, definitely. Mr. Piggy's coming back. Let's go ahead and quick save. Do a hard save too. And now let's continue our journey. See if there's any impacts. See, now we can hold 24, which is great. I don't worry about Mr. Piggy so much. I was gonna try to do a power hit on him, but I don't want to waste too many arrows. And he seems like to take three arrows to take him down. So, anyways. Oh, yeah, I gotta climb now.
There's an old watchtower at the top of that cliff. I wonder if there's anything still inside. That looks like the path up broke a long time ago. I'm gonna have to climb. Be careful not to let this stain my hands.
Quite a few, it seems like there's quite a few items up here. Just trying to make sure that I collect as many items as possible too while I'm going out, because a lot of them, whatchamacallit, I guess to be able to dye the armors are going to be mostly in the cliffs. At least that's where I found a good portion of them so far. Okay, I need to go right. And she's not going right, so There we go. Ah, there we go. That's a
There we go.
Now we just gotta wrap up here. I think we'll be inside. And there's something out there too, but let's go ahead and... Okay.
It's weak against shock.
Go ahead and get this. I feel like I'm gonna miss something. Okay, so I could go up there, or I could get this first. Come on, buddy. Okay, keep going up.
Some kind of device. The metal reflects the sun.
There we go.
Send a signal?
Did I get it?
Looks like some kind of lens. Guess I'll keep it for later.
Ah, there's my shortcut. Let me just take a quick look, make sure I'm not missing any items. Seems like we might be good. Take another quick look just to make sure. Yeah, that's that. Oh, we did miss an item. Generous valuable. Dang it. Oh. Trying to use the grapple hook and that did not work. It might work if I run. I'm just trying to kill myself, you know, trying to be suicidal. Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay, where was that item? Let's drop down real quick. Nah, I'm not trying to kill myself. Okay, where's that item? I can see it from below. I just have a hard time keeping up with it when I'm coming up. Okay, right there. Okay, I see. There you go. Question is, how? I think I need to go around. Unless I drop from the top. Let's see if that's the answer. I think that is the answer. I'm gonna have to drop from the top. There's not many options from this side. There you go. Got it. Okay. Happy with the results. Oh, my shortcut going down. We'll go back up just so we could go to it. And I have to climb down. I'd rather drop down than climb down. Why? Good thing is we noticed it before going too down that we still had a missing item. Yep, that's much better. Much better. So let's go ahead and go ahead and save my progress. So even though we haven't done any side quest stories, at least we've gotten some collectible items.
This will be my stash when I need it.
We've done some upgrading as well. It's always important too. So be able to farm a couple of items over here to upgrade them. So that's always a plus. I just need to find a campfire, which should be somewhere in, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and try to stock up, and if there's nothing else to do here, I'll go ahead and move it to the other area. So let's go ahead and save. As soon as the campfire, there we go. Also going to, I like to call it hard save, but it's actually manual save. But if I say hard save, that's what I'm referring to. A manual save. Okay. Let me see, because last time she did look up here like there was something. Oh, crap. I'll take that. Okay, we do got a pause. Not too concerned with the boar. The little guys are a little bit more definitely want it. Dang, I missed it. I completely epically failed that one. Oh, I still got it. Nice. Okay, so why is there... climb around here. It doesn't seem to make much sense to let me climb. Unless you're gonna let me go up. Just to collect a little bit of scrap metal, I'll go ahead and take these guys out.
I can't override that machine. But I could learn if there's a cauldron out here.
I like how he jumps off and get all excited. Didn't really get much shards. But hey, something's better than nothing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start moving. Wall board. Go ahead and click that. The bird could always fly away, so I'll give priority to the jay. Okay. Piston. Just harvesting items over here, but I do want to move on. Doesn't seem like there's much to do here. Unknown bar. So I'm gonna go ahead, go there. Go to the campfire. That one's already active. And then try to move right over here. That's gonna be my goal. So move from here, here, just in case here. There. So. And of course. Let me pick up my ride. Okay, so that's why. We're gonna ignore those. I just keep moving forward.
fire could do a lot of damage.
Ah, damn. Just trying to defeat him without using so many arrows, but I guess that would have to suffice.
Send this to my stash.
Not bad. Okay. So first drop is going to be the campfire. Go to Aaron, so that's the main. Okay, now oh, hold up. Okay, where's my ride? Trying to go around.
use fire against it.
2, and 3. Okay, let's try to get these as quickly as possible.
Aliens could teach me how to override these machines. But where would they be?
Okay. I wish I could call the thing over, so I don't having to travel too much.
Don't worry on me. I can send it to my stash.
Okay. What's the break? Oh, 0's the break. Okay, good to know. Okay, stay right there. Now we're gonna go here, but we have an echo. So we know it's gonna be on the right hand side, and there's gonna be some climbing. Okay. There you go. It's a little bit harder to do it while riding, but it's doable. Okay, let's not lose track of it. Of course, there's items, valuables, so I'm gonna pick them up along the way, but ooh, okay. And then I guess we start climbing. Okay, you know what we gotta do? Get inside that. Okay. Hmm. I do want to get that stuff first. Sorry, my alarm just went off. Okay. Dang it. Okay. I'm a little divided here. What if? Not much from there to do what I gotta do. Okay, that worked. Where's the other valuable item? We're supposed to be. Isn't there supposed to be another one? Ah, did I get it confused? Dang it, I possibly did, man. Oh well. Well, at least we got that one. That was kind of valuable. Okay, let's start our way back.
This'll make a good die.
That side. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're gonna do that instead. Where you going? Where you going? I wanna drop down. You drop down, buddy. Yes, I'd rather do that.
This place has seen better days.
I wish I could mark
I'll
them.
mark this spot in my focus. Come back later.
Metal flower. Oh, so metal flowers are bad. Valuable items. Thought that was a snake from the distance.
I don't think I can get past them. Guess I should leave it for now.
Oh, that sucks. I can't get it. Okay. Ooh. Seems like it's creating life. Doesn't be the way for me to drop down. Just making sure. Okay.
Made it. And there's another one of those devices. A lens. Guess I'll figure out what to do with it. There's another watchtower on that ridge across the valley. Looks like a long climb to get up there.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay. Let me just make sure. Flower. Ah, sneaky, sneaky. There's another one. Yeah, right there.
Strong smell.
I think we're good. But having to come back for the metal flower. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Dang it. But they seem to be more. I don't even know how I missed them.
Better leave it alone for now.
Okay, I lost it. Where is it? I don't wanna fall. I wasn't referring to the gravel point, I know that. Let's try to go back down here. Oh, not go too down either. Supplies? Yeah. And of course I felt like an idiot. can't really use it while I'm climbing. Is it? Okay, right there. But as soon as I go up, like right in this direction. But if I climb too high, I can't see it. That doesn't make sense. And I can't mark them. I wish I could mark them. That would make life a whole lot easier. Once I get here, I tend to lose it. You know what? I'm not going to be too concerned about it because obviously it doesn't want to be found. I know it's somewhere in... end up killing myself if I keep it up.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I could ram into the boar. And let me go ahead and highlight this mountainside.
See me. It's a dead machine. It must be a bristleback. Maybe Erend took it down? Ground soaked with acid. Did the bristlebacks do this? That must be Chainscrape. Taruf said I could get my bow upgraded in there. Might be able to tinker with my other gear too. I can climb up this cliff. Might be able to reach the tower I saw at the top. Bet a Dyer would be interested in this.
Okay. What in the world? Okay. That was just odd. Okay, there was enough. Yeah, right here. Okay, now. Supplies. Signal. And the eye color.
This pigment would work well on armor.
Block pal. Missing tool needed. Huh, interesting.
There's the tower. I still got a ways to go to reach the top.
I got 2 small supplies. king like a done. Oh, okay, that works.
Get this turned into something tasty. Okay, almost there. Pack's full, but my stash has room.
Okay, sounds like
Here we are. Looks like there's another device up here. There's another watchtower on the other side of the valley. I wonder if it's got another lens. I'll tuck this away for...
I wonder if I'm gonna have to get up here. Go ahead and put this right there. This may not be reasonable, but we could take a look. Isn't that where the I think it was. It's just letting me know that I didn't have the right item for it. That's why. Block path. So it's not literally a block path, it's just I don't have the right item for the I drop down. That seems like a tease. Because there's nothing for me to climb. Never mind, it wasn't a tease. So I wonder... Seemed like it was heading somewhere, and then it didn't.
long stone. Hope it holds up.
Got some machines down here. There we go. Those.
Can't shoot me if it doesn't have a power cell.
Outlander approaching. Is that the Savior? Wanna come in, Savior?
I want this. And then I want that. And there seems to be a few more things on the wall. Never mind. Can't really go that far on the water. I'm sure check out these machines for scraps and then I'll go inside.
Can't override that now. Needed a day in the cauldron. Like a
Okay. Let's go ahead and go inside. And we'll pull in oh, I can't call him. Go ahead inside.
Outlander approaching. Is that the Savior? Wanna come in, Savior?
Welcome to Chainscrape, Savior.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Good enough for me.
By the Forge.
Oh, nice.
Petra? Aloy, what are you doing here? About time there was something worth looking at in this dump. It's nice to see you too. And not a moment too soon. Come on. Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this place. Yeah, I heard. Machines, work stoppage. Oh, those are just the latest malfunctions. Chainscrape's always been a few tools short of a kit. And right there is the biggest tool of all.
Our land, not our problem. The bristlebacks are everybody's problem.
Roland? You've heard of him. Yeah. But he's a story best told over a cold beer. Petra. I'm just passing through. I'm headed west. Oh. There's an embassy at Barrenlight I need to make happen, and then I keep moving. Ah, of course. Bigger gears to grind. Well, Flamehair, good to see you. Gotta move on. Petra. But, if you want a cold beer and a few laughs with an old friend, come find me at the brewery. Your choice. Well, this Olvan guy sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
Oh, I kind of upgraded the bow already. Hold up. Just to be fully stocked. Okay, so they added actually, I want to say 2 more. Because the fire, frost, shock damage, and the acid was in the previous game. Purge water and plasma seems to be the new addition of elemental. Okay, I think we're good for now. Let's do this guy.
Shop looks closed.
Yep.
Can I still use the workbench?
I ain't gonna stop you. Shop's closed, Red. You're welcome to use the workbench. That's nothing to do.
Good day.
You're Nora.
And I'm inebriated.
Almost ready to go?
Okay, are you gonna talk to me or what?
Not again.
I am most certainly so. Watch as I walk.
Yeah, you.
Got somewhere to be. Sorry.
Okay, the first few items I just want to sell them.
You! I know you see me.
Yeah. Not working.
Hey, I thought you'd left by now.
What?
Campfire. Completely messed that up.
Oh, hi! Pretty short and
Where's the campfire?
Hey, I thought you'd left by now. Yeah. Come to join in the fun?
Campfire this way. There it is.
Proper survey of the valley.
I'm gonna do the hard save later, but at least I have it marked now. I can fast travel. There's a new quest here, but there's an item here too. Let's go ahead and hit that.
Oh, drop the act. We all know it was the Carja who let the bristlebacks into the valley. Sent them straight through the gates of Barren Light. That is preposterous.
Why would we let dangerous machines into our own land?
What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. What could have fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble? Ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The, burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Oseram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Oseram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Oseram laborers of this land who do all the back-breaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
If Chainscrape is on Carja land, shouldn't a Carja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Oseram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Oseram.
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Oseram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
I guess that explains why I can't buy anything right now.
Get this from my stash when I need it.
That was a good idea. He's not working either. Okay. Everybody's slacking. Everybody's being a slacker.
Hey, Milda. Milda. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hole.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oven didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Are Ulvin's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvin discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals. No trouble.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they like my food. Or the ale.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Ulvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile, if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so. Ah, hello again. How goes your search?
About that. What did you need to make your signature dish?
A corrugated metal panel, for starters. I can use it until I get another groove griddle forged. You could probably pull one out of a scrounger scrap pile northeast of here. I'll clean it first, don't worry. And for the dish itself, some wild meat and a handful of bitter leaf stems. Then I can get cooking.
I should be going.
Right.
I thought I had this stuff, but apparently I don't.
Savior, over here.
Nice. What you got there for me? My eyebrows, what? That's right.
A word, Savior. Savior, thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Ulvund's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Carja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is Barren Light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvund up.
What is this concession decree that Ulvund wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Carja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. Well, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Carja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
Drop him.
can grab this from my stash later.
Not even this.
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there, and not just against machines. Name's Oderg. This here's my training pit. Best place to practice close combat this side of the Forbidden West. Say, I wonder who'd win in a fight. You, the savior of Meridian, champion of the East, or the Enduring, master of the West.
Who?
The Enduring, a legendary Tenakth fighter, the master of masters. I've heard the Tenakth have training pits just like this one. It's how the warriors get so fierce, see? And only the very best from the pits get to train with the Enduring.
So, to find the Enduring, I should look for these training pits if I'm ever out that way?
You'll have to go far if you do. The Tenakth are split into 3 clans. 3 clans, 3 capitals, 3 training pits. My guess is you'd have to beat all of them if you want to train with the Enduring. If the Tenakth don't kill you on sight, that is. But that's a far spark in the wind. As for right now, I also offer challenges to test your fighting skill.
Who would I be fighting exactly? You?
Well, I know you're the savior and all, but you have to beat all the others first to challenge me. Rules are rules. We only use dual blades and practice arrows, mind. These drunken fools would run themselves through otherwise. You'll have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrows at the gate. But I'll look after your gear, not to worry. So, what do you say? Up for some training?
I might be.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay, let me go ahead and do a quick save, and then we'll go ahead and do that.
Nothing interesting happens in the plane.
Let's go ahead. Right there. Challenge accepted.
Nice to see you back here. What can I help you with? Easily blocked. So learn to combine them with other attacks.
That's the light.
Your head.
Now heavy attacks.
What? How goes it, Hammer?
These attacks break weapon blocks and do more damage. But they're slow, so your opponents might counterattack.
Okay, that's the power up one.
I meant to ask, how did you do in the fighting pit?
Oh, I did the wrong one.
Heavy attacks break weapon blocks and do more damage. But they're slow, so your opponents might counterattack.
I thought I did the last one. There we go.
Power attacks smash weapon blocks to really hammer an enemy with damage. But they're slow and leave you vulnerable, so pick your moment.
of these are locked. Change. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll do a baby practice. Oh.
Let me see.
Oh.
I am certainly so. Watch as I walk in a straight.
Oh.
Sorry, friend. Can't win them all.
Okay.
Why do you like the sound of my voice?
Same time, same place. Drinks later? Takes more than that to take me down. That
I think I did quite a bit of damage, huh? Gotcha.
I'll have you know, I am the smartest man here. That will stand exactly.
Am I supposed to do like a finishing roll or something?
I kind of like those weapons transactions. If you keep the noise down, some of us are trying to... Hey! Please. I think you're under the table.
Yeah! Hope to catch you soon!
Almost ready to go?
Never fear, my lady. You have found me. Yeah!
Your muscles in your mouth.
The savior of Meridian wins!
Okay. Guess I gotta unlock a few things before I could go ahead and wrap that up. Something good. Lola.
Eyes up here, sister!
This is how Nora's thing is under the table. You must be the fastest little ones I've ever seen. Eddie closer.
Can't be doing any business while Chain Scrape's on lockdown.
There's another hard one. I was rude. A little bit of both.
Can't fit my around. Give him hail. I'll be friendly in no time.
Someone said I have
Okay. It is on the outside.
All the dogs.
It literally showed it was right here. Where to go? And I thought I was doing it.
Start thinking you live here.
Must be someone round here we're talking to.
Come on.
Let me buy you a treat.
Oh, there it is. There we go. Come on, where?
I can get it from my stash later.
Boomer. I have no idea who Boomer is, but okay. It's Boomer. Where's the person that I was talking to that wanted to go for a drink? That's what I'm looking for. Salma, maybe that one. That's that guy.
That reminds me.
Okay.
Yes. Something else?
I need to go.
Of course.
That's not who I'm looking for.
Hammer strikes steel. There.
No, that's not Salma. Salma. The Wandering. Petra. There we go.
Hey, Lloyd.
Hey, Ray.
Change your mind.
Come to revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
First timer, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll go easy on you. You got any pieces?
No.
Well, aren't you in luck then? I got an extra set, a Tanakh original straight out of the Forbidden West. Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot spark. I'll give you something special if you win it on my boards, too.
Okay. Here we go. Board game. What? Okay. Oh, good skill points. Okay. Can't argue that. These are all beginners. Okay, let's go tutorial. Beginner set. What is that? Okay, that's...
All right.
I have no idea how to play, but
Start
yeah.
off simple. The Tanakhs like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy.
Okay.
We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner?
Okay.
That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder. Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead and pick a second machine. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece close enough to, when performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on a machine's combat power. And your current machine has 2 points of attack power. So in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland terrain. So right now, the difference in combat power between the 2 machines is 2 points. This means your machine can do 2 points of damage to my machine. Did you get all that? Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my machine. Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your machine's health by 2 points. So use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can see what I mean. That's about it for your turn, then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those, and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine. Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine, you can attack a second time. And by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes, that can be a good thing. Overcharge your machine to attack mine a second time, and I'll show you what I mean. Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as mine, we both get the victory points our machines are worth. Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're gonna receive your victory points before I do. Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first. That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor. Now, you'll notice you didn't get quite up to 7 victory points this time, but you did destroy all my pieces. That means you're the winner! That wasn't so hard, was it? Just remember to always check for the best terrain to attack from. You'd be surprised the advantage you can gain over an opponent like that. I know it saved my behind in a game or two.
I'll try and remember that.
Oh, before I forget. These are all my spare pieces. I want the Savior of Meridian to have them. It's a small set to be sure, but it should be enough to get you in on any strike games you find out there. You might even fancy looking out for them strike carvers. They've got all kinds of unique pieces that can turn a game in your favor, though they'll need the right materials to craft you one. Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. I know I've lost my fair share of pieces after night of machine hunting or brew hopping. No need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help out new strike players. Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I've got plenty of other boards. I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
Okay, so it seems a little bit... Okay. It's pretty. Seems to be well thought out.
I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage? This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of Strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly affects your machine's combat power. As you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat power to yours. The higher your machine's combat power, the more damage you can do. So finding the right terrain is an essential strategy for overpowering your opponent. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and move to attack my machines. Now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together, and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't in play. So my combat power is 0. This means your machine can do 3 points of damage. Go ahead and test it out. There you go. Now, choosing the right terrain doesn't just improve your offense. It can also help defend your machines from attack. Grab your other piece and place it in front of my second machine. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's standing on grassland terrain. This terrain has a value of 0. This means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power since they're defending their position. But they have the higher ground. They're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, the front of my machine is colored blue. This means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it, which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. Ha! See? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards. Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks. Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well. That's why breaking a machine's defenses is a great way to deal damage to several pieces at once. Useful, right? Okay, now go ahead and end your turn. There's still one more thing I want to show you. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be placed on those. But it'll take away 2 combat points if you do, so be wary. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most machines. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine on your left. See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I think that's enough yammering from me for now. Promise it'll all come in handy next time you play.
Okay.
Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth a certain number of setup points, and you can spend up to 10 assembling your army. Knowing what each machine brings to the game and building an army that matches your strategy is the key to becoming a machine strike master. When assembling your army, there are a few things to keep in mind. First and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine on the board at the same time. With that in mind, Most players would choose machines based on how far they can move or how much attack power they have. But a real strike player will be looking at a machine's type and skills. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that machine on your left. All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponents. In other words, its machine type. If you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here is a melee type. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks the first enemy within range, and no one else. We've seen this plenty of times, so just move that piece forward so I can show you some more stuff. Great, now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack range. Let's move that machine forward and end your turn so we can take a look at the rest of the pieces. Let's go with this piece first. This is a ram type machine. Attack an enemy with it and it'll push the piece backwards. Like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of a piece, a dash type machine. When it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage every machine in its path, including your own. So make sure you take a good look at the board before you send it off to the races. You should also make sure it's able to finish its attack on an empty spot. Otherwise, you won't be able to attack at all. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at all the machine types yet. But I'm pretty sure you've got more important things to do, so I made you a list. It's got all the tips and tricks we talked about, too. I think that about does it for now, so if you want to play a real game, just let me know.
Okay, so I'm getting like, it's not like what, but it's a board, it's a game, strategy game. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be collecting quite a bit of pieces and investing quite a bit of time into it. We'll go ahead and do one of them, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping up this episode pretty soon. Okay, what am I doing?
I'm up. You're up, Red. I always get nervous when I overcharge my pieces. Time get serious. Your move, Red. That was brutal. Now that was a game, even if I lost.
Okay.
Come back anytime, Red.
Definitely want to continue that once, but I do want to talk to, yes.
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Ah, don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
So the bristlebacks and the Daunt. Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But I heard talk of some vanguards trying to take them down.
Did they come through here?
Stopped by briefly for supplies. Olvind was none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the bristlebacks are gone.
But how could bristlebacks and the Daunt help Olvind?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Olvind has taken to blaming the Carja for him. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give him half a reason, they'll blame the Carja for anything.
Damn Carja slavers.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back. But realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
So about Olvind.
Around here, everything's about Olvind.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Carja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Olvind?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Oseram claims in the Daunt under Oseram law, even though they're on Carja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Carja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Olvind has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Oseram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
Flamehair. Okay, what? Machine Straight. So the next episode, is gonna be definitely playing more of the Machine Straight. I don't think I'm gonna talk to anybody else. Numbers already took care of that. Left the pit down. Helpful person. Oh no. Oh, that's cool. Let me check on this person real quick. I already spoke to him. Oh, okay, so that's that one guy. I don't think I've spoken to him, right? I did speak to him, not this person.
Look, my shop ain't for you, so quit loitering.
Okay. I'm guessing once the other shop person, huh? Okay. Dude, that's locker. There's an item close by. Or is it that, right?
Olvin can't just ignore us like this, can he? We almost died because of it.
Have you seen us? What are we supposed to do? Have Arnott throw his crutch at him?
I see you all made it back.
Hammer and tongs. That they did, Huntress. They tell me you blasted through the problem. Lokuf here came back trembling like a twig.
Hey! What's important is everyone made it out.
No thanks to Olvin.
Have you talked to him yet?
We're on the waiting list.
Doesn't have the guts to face all of us at once. We need to stick together, in case he decides to send his goons over.
You're all banged up as it is. I can deal with Ulvund. You don't need to stick around.
We know, you old hammer.
Just stay safe.
Did everyone get out?
Does this mean you're buying us all drinks, then?
Not if I drink the tavern dry first.
These are all the miners. Okay. I still haven't. Oh. So.
I'll drink you under the table anyway.
Okay, where's the item? Okay, behind those rocks.
I'm strong? I need to make this right.
We will. Don't worry.
It seemed like it was right behind the rocks. Oh. Where are you?
I'm telling you, I saw it scoop up a whole bunch of machines.
Why
Why can't we just leave it be? Go back to the claim.
We're not leaving till Ulvin pays for the damage he's done.
All of you stay away from Ulvin.
There we
Find
go.
my stash later.
Okay. Oh, one more.
One drink for me. One drink for others. Hey. Hey. A little clumsy, aren't ya? I can take her.
Break it and enter. Oh, if I would have just went to the side.
Huh. That one looks like she needs a drink.
Okay. So that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go ahead, do a quick save, and next time we'll go ahead and start with the machine striker. Thank you and have a good one.